I have been keeping bees starting as a hobby for 17 years. I've been in the business of raising bees, I guess you could say full-time or close to full-time, for about 7 years now. I actually started in insects in general. Bees grew out of my interest in insects, and my father was an entomologist with the USDA and collected insects and taught me to collect insects at an early age. And so I grew up chasing insects, playing with them, collecting them, actually pinning them and maintaining a collection. And when I was in middle school, we had a tree that came down with a birdhouse in it. And in the birdhouse, there was a large bumblebee colony. And rather than kill them off or have anything happen to them, I transferred them into a box with a glass top and put them in our garage and used a dryer vent to connect the box to the outside so that they could come and go for the rest of the summer and had bumblebees. And then I didn't have bees again until I was in grad school and was interested in trying having some honeybees. I had friends who had honeybees and they gave me a start in them, and I started raising bees. And moving back to South Dakota, I brought bees back with me and just kept bees here as a hobby at first, and it developed out of that as a business. In South Dakota, most of the beekeepers are commercial beekeepers, and most commercial beekeepers in the country are migratory, which means that they haul their bees south for the winter. Most of them haul into Texas and Louisiana, Alabama. I don't. Mine stay for the winter. I expect them to just get through the winter on the honey they have and survive here. The danger for losing bees in general is that really Earth as we know it evolved with bees. Humans evolved long after bees, and we are very much adapted to use things that are created or at least perpetuated by the bees. Bees are one of our predominant pollinators on Earth, and many of the foods that we eat are pollinated by bees. In agricultural settings right now, we talk about honeybees because honeybees are the managed bees. They're not necessarily the best pollinators of a lot of the things that are out there, but they're the easiest ones to manage, and so we flood the areas with honeybees and use them as pollinators even when other things might do just as well. So the real risk is that if we lose all of the bees as pollinators, we lose a number of the flowering plants. During the summer, I get stung really on a daily basis. You get a sting or two almost every day. There are times when I get stung more than that at a time. I don't like getting stung hundreds of times at once, but that occasionally happens as well. My day-to-day in the summer is mostly painting bees, in a weird way. I raise queen bees that mostly go to queen breeders. So every day I end up painting drones that come out of there with color-coded, so I know which hive they came from and exactly how old they are, so that I can recapture them weeks later to use them as breeding stock.